So you want to know how to get gold fast in Giant Simulator? I'll show you how. Just a quick disclaimer, this video will be split into two different parts. The first part is the methods to getting gold, and the second part is how to increase your multipliers in the most efficient way possible. And with that out of the way, let's begin. I'm going to be placing these in order of efficiency, so let's start off with number 1. The best way to get gold is to talk to this rabbit guy over here, Sir Hopslot, and do quests. As you can see, you get a ton of gold from doing quests, and that gold also scales up with the more quests you do and with your multipliers as well. The second best way to get gold is to shrink down to about 8% size. That way you can control your movement very well and collect these orbs out here. So what you want to do, you want to collect all these orbs, you get a ton of gold for this. You sometimes will also get event currency and XP, which will help you even more. Another way to get gold is to come in here to the winter zone and farm these gnomes. I would say that this is slightly better than most other ways, but it is still not that good. I would recommend the other two first over that. And fourth best way is to come over to BOROCK. No one rarely ever does this anymore, just because all he does is just drop weapons and skins. But I would recommend coming in here, fighting BOROCK, because you do get a little bit of gold from killing him. And I would say it's pretty worth it, even though his spawn time is really long. His kill time is also really long, and you know, it's not the most efficient, which is why it's the 4th best. Oh, and here is the 5th best, the arena match. I do not recommend joining that, even though it does scale with your multipliers. I would not recommend joining the arena match almost ever, unless if you're just trying to have some fun. Then I would say it's pretty fun. You get to scale down to other people's stuff, you get to use your weapons, and you get to 1v1. It's pretty fun. Now, the 6th best method is just passive gold. I would say it's actually better than the arena. It's just that you don't do anything to get it, and it just pops up, I think, once every 5 seconds. So you want to get your passive gold up really high. That way you can get bigger gold gains, because that's what you're going to see. You get most gold from your passive gold, not from any other method. If you are enjoying the video so far, please like and subscribe. It means so much to me, and it'll help me out greatly. So now let's talk about how to increase how much gold you get. So for me, the number 1 best way is to go into the current event that's going on and just get all the best pets that you can. So because most of the time these pets are actually better than the pets inside of the temple. So let's go ahead and check out the temple real quick. We're gonna go grab one of these pets and we're gonna compare their stats. So let's grab, let's just grab one of these. See what we get. Tiger. Let's see where this is. Tiger is actually, let's get like a Sharky or something. There we go, Sharky. So we have our Sharky. That costs 20 million gold to get, right? So let's compare that to not our Pumpkin Witch, because that's not the same rarity, even though that is like basically 3 times as good. What the heck. Let's go into the Halloween zone and let's get our hands on I believe, oh, not a snowman. So we want to get a vampire, so let's just open up a couple of these. Frankenstein, Dracula, there we go. So let's compare our Dracula stats to Sharky. And as you can see, the Dracula is actually almost twice as good as Sharky. So, and even the Frankenstein, which is a lower rarity to get than a Sharky, is better than a Sharky, and it's also cheaper too, and easier to get. So I do recommend going after some of the event pets. Those will get you the most multipliers, and in turn will get you the most gold. Now another way to increase your gold multiplier is to focus on artifacts. These might be harder to come by because sometimes the events don't have artifacts right off the bat, and sometimes they won't have it at all. So it is kind of hard to get the artifacts easily, but you can get those in the temple to increase your multipliers. Let's go check it out over here. So you can buy the artifacts over here, and in order to get that you have to complete quests, which if you're already doing the best method to get gold fast, you will be collecting a ton of quest points, and you should be able to buy from any of these crates whenever you feel like it. And also, if you do sell artifacts from the events, you will actually gain quest points, which will allow you to buy some of these artifacts. But of course, I have evolved pirate hats, sorry, which are better than these masks. I believe I haven't gotten one of the masks yet, but I would assume that they are better because most of the time the events are actually better than the default. So let's go ahead and check out our skills, because as you can see right here, Make It Rain increases your gold multiplier. This is not just your passive gold, this is all gold gained from every single source. The same thing goes with your other multipliers, from your pets to your artifacts to every other multiplier that you can get your hands on. If there will be greater multipliers in future updates, I do recommend going after those as well. So back to what I was saying, if you can get a ton of XP, get a really high level, and rebirth every now and then, if I were to rebirth, I would get 5.5 billion soul gems, which would probably level up my Make It Rain at least 100 times, probably more if I'm being honest, based off the guess and how much soul gems I would get. And actually 500 times would probably be a good estimate for how high I can get. Actually 400, but you know, it doesn't matter. So rebirthing to get your gold multipliers up will be super helpful. I recommend rebirthing a lot also to increase your pet XP multiplier. So let's go ahead and check out this pet leaderboard over here. So over here, leveling pets, 1 rebirth equals +1 pet XP, and 1 level equals +5% boost. So what this means is for every 1 rebirth that you get, you'll get +1 pet experience per swing of your sword. So if you rebirth 100 times, you'll get 101 pet XP. If you rebirth 5 million times, you'll get 5,000,001 pet XP per swing of your sword. So I do recommend spamming rebirths up to a certain point. I spammed up to 50, that way I could kill the, I forget what they're called, in the temple to grind soul gems without having to rebirth, which is the most amount of damage you can do to them. And the 1 level, every time you level up your pet once, all the multipliers increase by 5%. Now that is a really high percent once you start getting super high levels, right? So if you have 100 times multipliers, when you level up the next time, it will go to 105. The next time, I believe it'll go to something like 111, and it just keeps increasing super fast and exponentially actually, which is what it's supposed to do for a 5% increase. And eventually that compounds super high to where your multipliers just are insane. Okay, so let's just go over what we've been through in this video. So the best way to get gold is to increase your multipliers first and foremost. Once you can get insane multipliers on your gold, that is when you can start worrying about efficiency and collecting gold, which the best method you can do is to complete quests, and while completing quests, collect orbs, and while collecting orbs you will be getting event tokens. That way you can get better pets for better multipliers, and so on and so forth. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That would make my day and it helps me out greatly. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you later.